It's showtime, folks!
I am back once again. I'm here to talk wrestling, and this is the GFW Destination X preview and prediction show. Alright, first before I get into this, I'd like to shout out the No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. I interacted with them on YouTube. They're some great guys. They have a great channel. He subscribed, and I just wanted to shout him out. I subscribe back to them, and they're a really good podcast. You should check them out. Alright, let's get right on into this. Alright, the first match we have, who do we have for the first match? We have the GFW Women's Championship match, which features Sienna versus Gail Kim. Okay, look, Sienna is on a roll. She's beaten Rosemary three times if you count the tag match. She's beaten Rosemary 3 straight times. They had really good matches, which the most recent was probably the best. And just on the previous Impact, she didn't have an opponent for Destination X, so Gail Kim came down. Karen Jarrett made the match, and I expect a good match out of this one. Gail Kim is a talented wrestler. She can pretty much wrestle any style. She had great matches with Kong, great matches with smaller wrestlers. She can get it done. Sienna can move around really well as well. So I expect a really good match out of this. The winner, however, I think the winner has to be Sienna. I think that's pretty clear and cut. You can't have Gail Kim just come in out of nowhere and win the title. And Sienna's on a roll. She has momentum. You don't want to stop that momentum. You just want to keep it rolling. So moving on, we have Lashley versus Matt Sydal, and the winner gets a GFW title shot of their choosing. Alright, this has come along really well if you ask me. It all started with Lashley looking for his title shot, Matt Sydal looking for his X Division title shot, and Lashley and Sydal had a dust up a brouhaha to get this feud going. And the feud has really picked up from there. Just on this recent Impact, we had Dutch Mantel sit down with both Matt Sydal and Lashley, and what they were trying to go for, in my opinion, they tried to go for, if you remember years ago, Jim Ross sat down with The Rock and Stone Cold prior to WrestleMania, and that's one of the best wrestling segments of the 2000s, if you ask me. Now, I'm not saying that Matt Sydal and Lashley reached that, but when Jim Ross was interviewing both of those guys, he really gave off a vibe that this was a real interview. It really came across well, and this interview with Lashley and Sydal came across really well. It didn't feel scripted. It just felt like those guys were just talking, shooting the breeze, and giving their opinions. And it all ended with Lashley choking Matt Sydal. Lashley is a savage, and I mean, it was really well done. After he choked him, they cut to commercial break. But as for this match, I think this is your potential show stealer right here, because Lashley's abilities to wrestle with a smaller wrestler are just through the roof. The guy can move really well. And I mean, just evidence, you look at his matches with Eddie Edwards, every time they stepped in the ring, it was a match of the night candidate and 3 to 4 star match or whatever. And I expect nothing less with this match with Matt Sydal. I expect a fantastic match if they give it time. But the winner will most certainly be Bobby Lashley. He will walk out with the win, and he will go on to get in a feud with the GFW champion. So moving on, we have the GFW Super X Cup Tournament Final. Taiji Ishimori versus Dezmond Xavier. And man, I just got to say that this Super X Cup has been done really well. The matches have been really, really good. And what I like most about it is that they have given these guys time. Like, they're not just rolling the X Division out and just giving them a 5-minute match like, in years past. They are really giving them time, 15 minutes, 16, 17 minutes. They take a commercial break and they come back from action and they're giving them a whole bunch of time. And these guys have been fantastic in their matches, and I expect a excellent match here. Both guys can fly around the ring. And you give these guys 15, 16, 17 minutes, you're bound to arguably have the match of the night. And I can see this being the match of the night, and I expect a fantastic match. They're going to just be flying from the beginning, but in the end, I have the winner being Dezmond Xavier. He's just shown nothing but potential from the very first match he stepped in an Impact ring. And looking at the Super X Cup, I really felt that he was the favorite from the beginning, and I think the right call here is for him to win the Super X Cup. He's going to get a real momentum boost out of that and a real momentum shift from that, and we'll see how it all plays out going forward. So moving on, we have the ladder match for the GFW X Division Championship, Sonjay Dutt versus Trevor Lee. The build to this feud has been a real head scratcher. We have Trevor Lee still in Sonjay Dutt's belt, and Bruce Pritchard has been going around banning Sonjay Dutt from ringside, while Trevor Lee is the guy that stole the belt. And why doesn't Bruce Pritchard just take the belt from Trevor Lee? I have no idea what's going on here, to be honest, with this build. I mean, they just had a good they were involved in a good match on this prior Impact, the 3-way match main event, but the build has been really strange. But in the end, we're talking about a ladder match here for the X Division Championship, and with two fantastically tremendous athletes as it pertains to the X Division. And between Dutt and Trevor Lee, I expect this is another match that could be the match of the night. This card is stacked, and it's not a whole lot of matches, but the matches that we do have, I mean, the card is just stacked now that I'm looking at it. And you give these guys, once again, like I talked about the Super X Cup match, give them 17 minutes, 20 minutes. I want this one to go 20 minutes. And, they can just steal the entire crowd. This could be one of the matches where the crowd just gets up and they are just worn out by the end of the match. So I expect a fantastic match here. In the end, I definitely have Sonjay Dutt winning. Trevor Lee has been getting the upper hand. It makes total sense for Sonjay Dutt to win and to keep his championship going forward. I wouldn't mind seeing another match out of these two guys now that I'm talking about it, but Sonjay Dutt will win at Destination X. All right, moving on to the final match of the night. It's so ironic. I do a video on Thursday morning saying that GFW needs to put the heavyweight title on low key. Now, I had no idea that this match, Alberto or Patron versus Low Key, would be taking place at Destination X, but I just really felt that due to the storyline, they needed to strike while the iron was hot. LAX is hot, Low Key is hot. El Patron is coming off suspension, and I don't care about that, but it's whatever. But like I said in my previous video, I didn't like El Patron winning the title off of Lashley anyways. I expect a good match out of these two. It probably won't be the match of the night, but it will be a really good match to sink your teeth into to watch. But in the end, I feel like GFW should put the belt on Low Key, and they will put the belt on Low Key. And at the end of the night, LAX will come down to the ring. They will reign supreme. They will have their titles raised in the air. They will be the new heel faction to take over Impact. And I am really looking forward to the LAX takeover. And in my opinion, this is all leading to Low Ki versus Bobby Lashley. And I cannot wait on that feud. This is going to be great. Low Ki is going to get the victory. And I cannot wait to see what happens moving forward. Alright, that is it for this review. Tell me what you think down below. You know, what's your predictions on Destination X? Who do you have winning? Do you agree with my predictions? Do you think they're crazy? Are you excited for Destination X? What's your rating on the show going into it? And just anything wrestling related, anything GFW related, comment down below.